Hello friends, and welcome to Trotal Power Presents the Power Playthroughs Project with Trotal Power. I am your host, Trotal Power, and this is the podcast where we play games in a powerful way. And we're checking out a little bit of Mythic Ocean today. A game that I think I saw, I want to say it was during the Wholesome Direct over E3. I'm not sure about that though. In our settings here, we've got camera animation. You may want to disable this if you experience motion sickness. There's a checkbox for tutorials and a dialogue text speed. And then in sounds, we've got master, music, sound effects, and UI volume. In controls, there's camera sensitivity, input lag, and invert options, and those are our options. We're going to get right into it here with a new game. This looks like it's kind of a narrative adventure in an ocean full of magical creatures, maybe? Or maybe not, because we're starting off in a library. We're in first-person perspective in a library. It's extremely dark behind us, so there's a door behind us. There's bookshelves on both sides of us, and a doorway in front, so we'll walk forward towards that doorway, where there's another room of the library with curved bookshelves and a ladder, and a desk looking out at a nebula in space. There's some tea and a journal on the table with a bunch of books. And to our right is a staircase, so we're going up the staircase. It's a really pretty lamp on the wall. I realize that it's kind of a silly thing to say that a lamp on the wall is pretty, but you know what? It is. It's a pretty lamp. What? Oh no. Oh no. My shortcut for taking a screenshot on my controller got messed up. I'll have to actually pause and think about taking screenshots. Wow! Now we're out on like a balcony, and we can see that nebula out ahead of us. There's asteroids floating around and stuff. It's just very pretty. There's another smaller nebula. There's a whole bunch of nebulas. There's another staircase up here on this patio thing, and so we're going up it. There's glowing lights at the top of it, like glowing golden beams flying up into the sky. And a sun flies up in front of us, a glowing orb, and then flies off towards one of the nebulas, and then turns and flies way off into the distance ahead of us and explodes. And then that explosion gets really big and bright and fills the screen, and there's rocks flying past us, and then we got hit with a meteor. And now we're on a loading screen. The heck just happened? Down at the bottom of the screen, I've got somebody named question mark says, "Hey, ... It's me, Alil. Come on, wake up. I'm sick of waiting for you. Can't do this on my own, buddy." Oh, and Alil is an eel. Alil says, "Finally awake, huh?" And I'm going to say, "What's going on?" Yeah, I know your memories are gone. Don't worry about it. Right now we gotta find our friends again. The old world's gone forever, so we're going to help them make a new one. And my response here is, the world ended? Where are we now then? This ocean is temporary, a sort of in-between place. Alright, but why don't I remember anything? It's all part of the arrangement, buddy. We've done it like this for a long time. It works. I get to guide you and make sure you know what's up. You get to make your choices without the burden of knowing what's come before. And, well, it's better if you're the one making the choices. Trust me on that. Let's get moving, huh? I want to see what happens this time. So now we're underwater in a cave. I can go up and down with my triggers. I can boost with the bumpers. I go up and down. The trigger lets me boost. I'm in a cavern. Look at this place. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection is complete? Let's look at this stuff. I said that wrong. I swim up through a hole. I can get up to the top of the water, but I can't go out of the water. And above me is a very small hole up to the sky. But clearly that's not the way I meant to go, so we'll point our camera back down and swim down here. And there was a cave exit, because we're in the cave currently, so we'll swim out that direction. And there's some ruins down here, squared columns, lots of brickwork. There's a sort of a squat temple directly ahead of me. I guess that's where we're going. Don't really have to swim up the steps because we can swim, but we go through the doorway into the temple, and there's just trapezoidal doorways. Oh, and here's Alil. And he is our old friends, the gods of this ocean. What a crew, huh? There's relief sculptures on the wall. There's two people, individual as gods, standing back to back, but holding hands. You've got two gods whose anger and kindness are at odds. And this one looks like kind of a crab creature. A god whose appetite and curiosity. This one looks like a panther creature of some sort. A god of friendship, revelry, and joy without care. And this one looks like a nun in a extravagant dress with astrological signs inside of the dress. A god determined to chart the universe and unlock its secrets at any cost. And this just looks like a big, kind of blocky, blobby thing. A god who gathers knowledge and keeps a watchful gaze. And of course, rather than a relief sculpture, this one's just like etched into the wall, and it's Allele. And he says, of course, this handsome serpent. The best looking one in the whole bunch, right? And I can say, is that you or not a bad likeness? I'm gonna say not a bad likeness. Ha! Hard to capture perfection though, eh? Ahem. So, which one of these gods is gonna create the new world this time? All depends on what advice you give them, and that part's up to you. But you never know who will be the next creator, or what kind of world they'll make. That's my favorite part, you know? Even after all this time, it's still hard to predict. Anyway, this'll all make more sense soon enough. Just find the gods, you'll do fine. As for me, I'll be in my cave in the Eel Kingdom, as always. Stop by sometime. We can talk things over. Whether they're going well or not so well. It's good to have you back, buddy. Things are much more interesting with you around. Okay. I'm gonna swim through the archway at the back of this tunnel. Ooh! I can do like a sonar pulse with my left trigger. Oh, here's the eel. Oh, right. I almost forgot. You're gonna want to take this thing with you. It's a teleporter. It's a teleporter. You can only use it to visit certain folks you've already met, though. It'll give you some other useful information, too. Take a look. You'll see what I mean. Catch you later. And he's gone. But I can go up in this like silo area, and then there's an archway at the top. There's a prompt on my screen that says use teleporter. It's got 6 points on it, and 5 of them are question marks, and then 1 is kind of a etching of the eel. And then in the top right it says illustrations, but I have nothing in that section yet. And then in the top left there is a inventory count of fish, I think? I don't remember. I'm swimming now. Swimming, swimming, swimming. Through a cave. Tip, how to use your sonar. Hold ZR, or ZL to use your sonar. Helps you discover new areas and find characters you can talk to. Try it now until the bar fills up. Okay. Sonar lets you locate characters and locations through walls. Make sure to use it often. Cool! Here we go. And now we're out into the ocean! I can see this is the kelp forest, and it looks like there's the moss cavern over to the left, and the coral reef to the right, but there's something showing me right in front of me that I can talk to here. It's a little snake creature sticking up. I'm gonna press A. His name's Burrow.
Hey, you're all by yourself. I always wondered about that. What's it like?
You see he's got other snake burrowing creatures behind him. I could say it's a bit lonely. I enjoy my solitude, or never thought about it much. I'm gonna say I enjoy my solitude.
You actually prefer it that way? Yeesh, I can't even imagine. No way, too weird.
What else? Let's head towards this moss cavern. Here's another burrow creature.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, this is Rosetta.
Ah, there it is. Listen, it's the sound of all of us waving in the water, singing in perfect union. Your melody is the same as ever, yet it's different now that it's combined with ours. Isn't that something?
Here's a fish of some sort to talk to you. Hello, fish. His name's Duke.
You don't smell familiar. Since you've just arrived, here's some advice. When you meet someone for the first time, if they smell good, get to know them better. And if they smell funny, well, I'll leave that up to you.
Thanks, Duke. Okay, we're swimming towards the moss cavern. Press A to travel to moss cavern. Yes, please. Loading screen here. Take a sip. Okay. here we are in the Moss Cavern. It's kind of green and gloomy in here. There's bioluminescent anemones all over the place. And then some plants that are also bioluminescent, providing light. It's very pretty in here. Oh, here's some things to talk to. What are these? They're fish whose face are stuck in the ground. Like they're just their faces showing. That's the kind of fish, right? Mud skiffs, is that what they're called? Where they just like hang out on the bottom? Anyway, he says, Starlight, Starbright, this is Astrid. So mesmerizing. And the other one is named, also Astra. Were they both Astra? Look at the stars. We're so lucky we get to look up at them like this. Aren't they beautiful? I'm gonna say, I don't think those are real stars. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Sure look real to me. But they're just looking up. Oh, they are looking up at the stars. Whoa. I went up and it took me to the library. That was weird. There's a book I can look at here. Book of Antiquity received. What does that mean? Oh, I'm swimming in the library. Okay. Not walking, swimming. Okay. What the heck? But the door's different at the end of the hall? It's like super tall, but it's also closed? I can't go anywhere. Hey. This is gonna sound weird, but I'm extremely freaked out right now. This music and being suddenly in the library, being in a place familiar but unfamiliar, and feeling trapped here. I do not like this, Sam I Am. Oh no, I hate this so much. How do I check my Book of Antiquity? What did I pick up? What do buttons do? Teleport is Y. Pressing Y doesn't do anything. Interact, strafe up and down. None of the buttons do things. What do I do? Oh, I am severely uncomfortable right now. Okay. Taking a breath. Why did this creep me out so much? There's like a blue glow around the podium that I picked up the book on, but when I get close to it, it's like a blue fog, and when I get close, it disperses? Where'd the music go? Okay. That sound gets quiet when I move away, but there was that boop, 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 and it's gone now too. Oh, there's another thing I can look up on the shelf here. Let's go look. It's a scrap of paper. It says, Era 2, Section 1, Oversight. The Creator's solution for society's ills is simple. Put laws into place and enforce them vigorously. Plans are made to monitor the mortals more closely and deliver quick, severe punishments for any transgressions. I mentioned this will come as... excuse me. I mentioned this will come at a sacrifice of day-to-day comfort and happiness for the mortals. The Creator doesn't seem to mind. Okay. And now the door opens. And it says press Y to view collected pages, and we are back where we were. Okay. Okay. And so on the left here it says 2 of 8 fish. So I've talked to 2 of 8 fish, and I've collected 1 out of 3 pages in this area, I assume? That freaked me out. I hated that so much. That was incredibly unsettling to me. Ooh, there's like a big thing in here. Oh, it's like a big sphere made up of hexagonal plates, and as I approach it, it says, hunger, food, empty, must find new food. And then it starts shaking, and an opening appears on it, and my camera zooms in, and there's stars inside of it, and a little creature. Who's kind of cute. And they say, new one, unfamiliar.
New one food, maybe?
And I think it's the crab creature from the gods. And I can say, if you're referring to me, no, I'm not your food. Or I can say, what? I said, if you're referring to me, I'm not your food. And they say,
no, new one and food, not same.
and I'm going to say, so do you have a name? And it said ... question mark. It's a word people use when they're talking about you.
This one has no such word. Name empty. But sometimes words come to this one while sleeping. This one likes the word Lutra best. Name no longer empty. Name Lutra. New food still needed.
And I'll say, okay, Lutra, where did your food go?
This one eats food inside pod. But pod empty now. Uncertainty.
I can say, maybe it's time for you to hibernate. What kind of food do you eat, or have you ever left the pod before? I'm going to say that one.
This one never leaves pod. Outside, great risk. Risk unfavorable.
I'm going to say, maybe it's time to hibernate. It's like sleeping for a long time until there's food again.
Sleep? Long time? No. Hunger too great. Much too great.
So I can say, what kind of food do you eat?
Food and purple. Also, very favorable taste.
I'm gonna say there's some ferns outside the pod here that seem similar. And they say ... exclamation point.
Yes, leaves outside same as inside. But risk outside, very great. New one bring leaves here?
I can say, I could, but I won't always be here. You need to be able to eat on your own. Or I can say, hey, I'm not your servant, you know? I would say the first one. And they say,
but this one has fear.
And I can say, it's the only way. You don't want to starve, do you? Or don't worry, I'll be right here. Nothing bad will happen. That's what we're going with. And they come swimming out of their little pod. Hi, little guy. Look at you. You're like a little sea slug thing with a creepy face. Yeah? Did you eat some leaves? Oh, they're crawling back up now. Where are you going now? Oh, I can talk to them. They're next to the pod. And they say,
no hunger? No hunger.
And I can say, aren't you going to thank me? Where did you come from? Or has anyone visited you here besides me? We're going with that.
Others from outside cave sometimes appear and talk. Furry one, two that are one. Understanding of these ones difficult. Words of furry one and two that are one, not familiar. What thoughts arrive now? Not fern thoughts, new thoughts. Exhaustion follows, sleep ensues.
I can say, do you dream when you sleep? So now you can finally think about others than food. Or how long have you been here in this cave? Let's say, do you dream?
Yes, while body sleeps, thoughts arrive. Maybe dreams now.
And then I said something I didn't mean to by clicking the button too fast, and they said,
yes, not dreams now, awake, but still strange.
I'm gonna say, does it get lonely in this big cave? Ooh, and I got a fable for growing pains. It says, new fable, growing pains. And they say, Lucha says,
sometimes others appear, furry one, two that are one, always gone soon. Loneliness follows, but hunger greater before, maybe loneliness greater now.
Solitude doesn't have to be a bad thing. It gives you space and time to think.
Loneliness, thinking. Thinking what?
For instance, thinking about the nature of the world and what's in it.
Some things begin, some things end. World also? What makes beginning of world? What makes end?
And say, I don't know, but I feel like nothing can last forever. Endings are how new things come about, or it's up to you. If you're strong enough, you can decide what starts and ends and what doesn't. I'm going to go with the first one. And they glowed green and had light shoot off of them.
And said, understanding, if no endings, no new thing space. If too many ferns, eating necessary, or all becomes ferns.
Yeah, I'm going to say I have to go. See you around. And they say, ... Press Y to view active fables and teleport to gods you've met. So what does the active fables mean? That just means that I unlock that god, I think. Let's click it. Do the teleport, and I think it's just going to take me back 3 steps behind where I was. Maybe. I just got chills. during the end of that conversation, like all the, yeah, so it just teleports me back to this room. I'm gonna try and go inside the pod. Ooh, it's pretty in here. There's stars all around the outside edge. There's a bed of ferns for the creature, for Lutra to sit on. Cool. There's also weird voices inside the pod, which is something that I didn't expect. What did I just do? Oh! I just teleported to the library for some reason. Didn't mean to, but I did. This time, we're not going to get freaked out because I know I'm just looking around to see if I can find any pages on the bookshelves. I don't see any. Let's go look at the podium. Nothing around here. Okay, scanning the bookshelves. Oh, there it is. There's a little yellow magnifying glass that shows up on things that I can inspect. Era 2, Section 2, Peace and Prosperity. War is a thing of the past now. Everyone's basic needs are always met, and even minor sickness is very rare. The mortals have little privacy, however, and the most trivial crime can ruin a person's life. But they are safe. They live long, healthy lives. The Creator has brought about the world they wished for. Huh. So these are from Era 2. And those 2 pages that I got are the 4th and 5th entries. There's 3 entries before that that are missing. So I guess what we're going to uncover through the course of this game is not only are we going to be, through dialogue choices, molding the world to come, but we're also going to find out about worlds gone and what sort of a society was founded and how it be interesting to me. I think that's enough of this game for us to have a little chat about it here. I'm going to swim back to the kind of hub area. We missed 1 page in that section, but we'll find it eventually, I'm sure. We're traveling back to the Eel Kingdom here. And yeah, this is Mythic Ocean. A first-person adventure underwater where you are talking to sea creatures that are some sort of deities and having conversations with them in order to establish the order of the world. It's very pretty. The writing, like I said, it gave me chills in that conversation, so I like that a lot. Yeah, I think this is a cool one to check out if you're looking for a kind of quieter narrative game. It really is giving me vibes of Bear's Restaurant, which I put up an episode, which I still haven't finished because Bear's Restaurant makes me cry as soon as I start playing it. Like, I just keep crying every time I try to play that game. But it's reminding me of that game in that it is more about experiencing a tone than it is like a game. Like there's not action in this. It is an experience, which is not to diminish it. It's just that I think my eyes are becoming opened to different sorts of games than I've played in the past, and experiences like these are really emotionally moving and work because you are involved with the development of the story more so than just passively consuming the story as a movie or a book or something like that. And so I really like these kinds of experiences, but I think of video games. But I think that's a good thing. I think you should check games like this out in order to broaden your horizons. Yeah, that's my thought to end on. Until next time, friends. Tape and hope for the best. If you enjoyed my show, it would mean a lot if you would rate and review it on iTunes, share it on social media, or check out my Patreon. You can find all of my stuff at troidalpower.carrd.co.
This has been a presentation
of the We Can Make This Work
Probably Network.
Follow us on Twitter
@ProbablyWork
For more of our questionable content.
Also, we have a website called probablywork.com.